This video is for the Parent Teacher YouTube channel, and today we're going to answer the question, what are sight words, high frequency words, and decodable, non-decodable words? So let's start with what are sight words. Sight words are any words that you have memorized and can read by sight. For fluent readers, we read almost everything by sight. Being a fluent reader just means that you can read easily and efficiently. You don't have to stop and think about too many words, but you may need to slow down for some. Fluent readers use punctuation marks, periods, commas, question marks, exclamation points, and so on to read with expression, and they can focus on understanding what they read. Really, any word can be a sight word. This is why sight words can be confusing. Different schools and different reading programs will use different lists of words. So why sight words? Well, if your child's teacher is sending home a list of sight words, they want your child to memorize them so they can remember them instantly. I would say within 3 to 5 seconds is a good amount of time to expect your child to recall them when shown a flashcard or list. When reading, they should not need to take more than 3 seconds to recall them. Getting to this stage takes time, so be patient. They need lots of practice to become fluent. Remember, the point of learning words by sight is so that you can read easily and efficiently, not slowly. A word of caution. Practicing words only in lists or with flashcards is not effective for improving reading. A majority of time should be spent reading actual text. Reading in context, sentences, and actual books helps your reader develop important skills. These lists that teachers give you are just a fraction of the words that exist in the English language, although that may be an important fraction. And it is very important to have children read actual books. The best way to introduce them to new words is through reading actual books or stories. Reading books with an adult around for help when needed teaches your reader new vocabulary words, and they get a chance to see words that are not on their word list. Also, it provides good examples of grammar and language structure that you can't find in a list of sight words or on flashcards. I will let you know the reason your teachers are sending those home is so that you will know the standard they're using to measure your child's progress in mastering those sight words. So that's really what it's for. Okay, let's talk about high frequency words. So to become a fluent reader, we know we need to memorize most words, especially common ones. So that's why I like to focus on high frequency words. Well, what are high frequency words? High frequency words are words that are used often or frequently, as the name would suggest. These words are often taught to beginning readers as sight words. This is because being able to recognize these words quickly will help beginning readers read more easily or fluently. There are two very popular lists of high-frequency words, Dolch and Fry. Dolch was compiled in 1936 and focused on words commonly found in children's books. The Fry list was revised as recently as 1980 and was compiled from words in kinder through 9th grade texts. They're organized by frequency. I read once that the first 25 words on the Fry list make up 50% of all the text we read, and the list of 100 Fry words make up 75% of all the text we read. So knowing those first 100 Fry words by sight will make you a fairly fluent reader. I prefer to use the Fry list if I have a choice in a school, which is rare. Schools often have their own curriculums, and those curriculums have a set of words that come from both lists usually. And both of the lists contain many of the same words, maybe just in a different order. It doesn't really seem to matter which list is used, so much as how you use them and how much you read. So children will become more fluent as they practice reading real books because they will practice and begin to remember more words as they read more in context. They will begin to pick up words that are not on the list or that might be further down the list. So what about decodable and non-decodable words? Well, decodable words are words that we can sound out, we can decode. We can use what we know about letter sounds or phonics to read an unknown word. And a non-decodable word is a word that cannot be sounded out using phonics or spelling patterns. Of is an example, OF. Those letters OF look more like off than they do of, so it doesn't follow the phonics rules. High-frequency words are both decodable and non-decodable. Some that are decodable to advanced decoders, people who know phonics well, those are not decodable for beginning readers. And we need to remember that. So can, had, and not are examples of decodable words that are also high-frequency words, and these follow the consonant-vowel-consonant, or CVC word pattern. A beginning reader may and probably could sound them out, but eventually to become fluent, that reader will need to memorize these words so they can just read them instantly. Continue to practice reading them in context and sounding them out if needed will help the reader memorize them. Repeat to remember. Practice makes permanent. Those are two phrases we use a lot in education. Lots of repeating, lots of practice. Readers need to memorize these words, but they can use phonics to read them until they have committed them to memory. That, with, and which are also decodable high-frequency words once you have learned consonant digraphs. Examples of consonant digraphs are the TH sounds, SH, CH and TCH, WH and PH. And there are many high-frequency words that are decodable once you know what I call advanced phonics spelling patterns. The thing is, many beginning readers don't know these patterns, so these words remain non-decodable for them. So we have to be careful when we ask our kids to sound something out. What we may be able to sound out, they may not be able to sound out. Also, different pronunciations of words can make a word decodable or non-decodable for a child. So here are some important things to remember. Fluent adult readers don't usually sound out words, so we don't usually think about which words can be sounded out. And many high-frequency words will not be decodable for beginning readers. Those beginning readers don't often know the advanced spelling patterns that we do, and as the example of shows us, sometimes words just don't follow any pattern. So when a child struggles with a word, don't just tell them to sound it out. I want you to stop and think, can this word be sounded out? If the word can't be sounded out, just tell them the word. And I often just tell that reader, this word doesn't follow the phonics rules. And if the word is decodable, ask them if they know the sounds. If they don't know the sounds, just tell them the word or tell them the sounds in the word. And despite what you may have experienced growing up, you can't expect children to learn to read on their own. They need your help. They also need you to be patient. Reading is a very difficult skill that takes years to master, and we as adults often forget that. Thanks for watching this video for Parent Teacher. Please click the link below if you want to check out more tips on the Parent Teacher YouTube channel. And of course, please subscribe if you want to be notified as I make more videos.